Carry on, carry on.
Ashwini, are you ready with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. I cannot turn on my video because I'm going to another slide.
Okay. Want to share the screen?
No, ma'am, I did not prepare the presentation.
Presentation. Okay, right.
My topic is telecommunication. The telecommunication sector is made up of companies that make communication possible on a global scale, whether it is through the phone or the internet. These companies created the infrastructure that allows data in words, voice, audio, or video to be sent anywhere in the world. The largest
Class
are telephone operators, satellite companies, cable companies, and internet service providers. Not long ago, the telecommunications sector consisted of a club of big nation and regional operators. Since the early 2000s, the industry has been swept away in rapid
Yeah. Some problem? Hello. We can ask somebody, madam.
She got disconnected, sir.
The problem is.
Yeah, network issue.
If Yashwini has come now.
Yeah, she has come.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Since the early 2000s, the industry has been swept away in rapid deregulation and innovative. In many countries around the world, government monopolies are now privatized and they face a problem of new competitors. Traditional markets have been turned upside down as the growth in mobile service outpaces the fixed line and the internet starts to replace voice as staple business. That's all, sir.
Yeah. Here you have to note down some points. Earlier it was telephones. In Bangalore, there was a telephone industry and they used to prepare telephone instruments. It was a manual. Those days, if you have to book a call, you have to go to the operator and the operator will take its own time and your chance will come after 15 minutes or 20 minutes and you have to wait for that. But when the BSNL came, BSNL has become a entity by itself. Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. It has become a limited company. Similarly, Videshi Sanchar Nigam Limited also has come. So BSNL and BSNL had lakhs of people who were working in the organization. But as a government servants, they were very lethargic. They never bothered about the calls, incoming calls or outgoing calls or the propriety of the calls. So most of the people, they were very much worried, the customers, and at a good time, government has taken a privatization project. Then Airtel, Vodafone, Reliance, all these phones have come and Reliance throughout the country, they have laid the wires and they are now the richest and biggest industry. And the government has taken a decision to keep all the BSNL employees to take voluntary retirement, those who are interested. So they have gone This BSNL doesn't have an IAS officer. Railway Board, Postal Board, and BSNL. These companies are monitored by their own departmental people. Railway Board chairman will be there. He is from mechanical engineering side, and he will become the chairman of the Railway Board. There is an office called Rail Bhavan in Delhi. In the Rail Bhavan, there will be 3 members. All these members will assist the chairman. And till recently, Mr. Yadav who was South Central Railway general manager. The structure is like this: chairman, Railway Board, members, and then you have several zones. In that zones, each zonal manager will be there. Under this zone, there will be divisions. There will be a divisional manager. If you are selected for IRTS, IRTS is one among the IAS. If you are selected in this IRTS telephone department, you will become railways. And then if you are selected in the telephone department, you will become chairman of that company. So this telecom and departmental wise, they have made a lot of changes. And now, even with a single pie, you can talk to your person in America. WhatsApp is there. Now the communication system has completely changed. You can talk to anybody in the country, in the world, to express your views. So there is a sea change in the telecommunication field, and we should thank the government of India for introducing several schemes. Recently, when they wanted to close BSNL and take voluntary retirement by employees, there was a lot of hue and cry. But most of the employees, they were readily prepared to go on voluntary retirement, and the shrinkage of that particular BSNL department and BSNL has come to existence. BSNL, Videshi Sanchar Nigam Limited, the headquarters is in Bombay. Our own Telugu gentleman, Mr. T.H. Chaudhary, he was the chairman of that BSNL. Similarly, there is a limited company in Delhi also, Mahanagar Limited Rail Telephones. So railways and telephones, they are separate bodies like postal. So postal also, you must be knowing, there is a service called Indian Postal Service. If you are selected in the 24 services, Indian Postal Service, you can retire as a Chief General Manager of the Postmaster General of that particular post. So I congratulate Yashwini for taking a lot of interest in elaborating the entire telecom industry. Telecom industry is the richest industry now in our country. Then Shanmukha.
Yes, sir.
Cheppu naina, nu cheppu.
Sir?
You will start your presentation.
Swami Vivekananda.
Oh, yeah.
Swami Vivekananda was an Indian Hindu monk and philosopher born in Kolkata on 12th January 1863. He was called by the name Narendranath Dattan in the childhood. He born to Vishwanath Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. He is best known in United States as well for his ground Bria King speech to the 1893 World's Parliament of Religious, in which be introduced Hinduism to America. Swami Vivekananda's birthday is celebrated as National Youth Day in India. Arise, aware, and stop. Not till goal is reached. This mantra of Vivekananda is relative as today as it was days of colonialism. After having seen the plight of poor in India, he sat in meditation on a rock in Kanyakumari, the southern tip of the country, and received a spiritual vision. On May 1st, 1897, he founded the Rocks Ramakrishna Mission and Ramakrishna Mith with headquarters as Balar in the outskirts of Kolkata. The purpose behind setting up this organization was to be spread the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna and teaching of the aspirants. Swami Vivekananda's idea was that a true exchange should take place between India and the West world, when the latter would learn from Indian spiritually, while India would benefit from the West's material advancement. Since his time till now, his fiery words have inspired many to take up the cause of serving the nature. A visionary, he also realized the importance of scientific and material and advisement, for the welfare of India. Hence, when Jamsonji Tata had offered to found a monarchic organization for him, he instead asked him to found the setting up of an institute from synthetic scientific research and training. This person later materialized into the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. Thank you.
Right. You have done well. 2-3 points, Shanmuka, you have to note down. Vivekananda was the disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and his wife was Sharada Devi. Both of them groomed Vivekananda in Calcutta. At a very young age, he was under the tutelage of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a devotee of Kali. There was a Kali temple, and in that Kali temple, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a priest. And after seeing Vivekananda, he was very much impressed, and he took him as his disciple. Then, at a very young age of 30, he toured the entire country and entire world also. Via Canada, he went to Chicago. That time, in the ship, he met Jamshedji Tata. Tata was that time a very big industrialist. And during the discussion of both these people, both Vivekananda and Tata, he told him that we should have a big industry for telephones and a big industry for steel. So Tata Steels have started like that. Then he moved to America. There, one Mr. Bright, Professor Bright, he invited him to deliver a lecture. There he delivered a lecture, and Bright was very much impressed by the speech of Vivekananda. He was hardly 30 years. Then he told that there is a parliamentary congress of religions, and why don't you participate in that and represent Hinduism? He doesn't go on behalf of government of India. He was not a representative of India, but Bright told him to prepare himself and speech giving at the ceremony of the prayer. When he started, his term came, he started his speech by saying, "Sisters and brothers of America," and there was an ovation for 2 minutes. Everybody has lauded him. And then on 26th and 27th also, he spoke twice, and he impressed all the people, and he established that Hinduism is the highest authority. Then he came back to India. He toured length and breadth of Sringeri to Srinagar. And then he preached several things. And his institute is known as Vivekananda Institute. And to say that 12th January is declared as National Youth Day by Government of India. 2 days back, that on 12th January, Government of India has celebrated the Vivekananda birthday in a very, very big way. And all the district collectors, state governments, they have floral tributes to Vivekananda. That important thing which you have to remember is, at a very young age, he was not even 50, 40, he was just 32, and he could impress upon the country people to establish Hinduism. And that is why in Chicago, I went there to Chicago, and there is a building in which Vivekananda spoke on that day, particular day, 1893, and it is well venerated, and there is a street named after Vivekananda also. So we should remember Vivekananda and his contribution to Hinduism. Then who else? Yashwini has completed, Shanmukha has completed, Vikram.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. Sir, shall I start?
Please, please. You want screen?
Yeah.
Madam, screen.
No, not
please.
needed, sir. I
Not
just
necessary.
written in a document, sir. That's it, sir.
Take it. Open
Yes,
your
sir,
video.
I will just share it, sir. 1 second.
You please
Yes, sir, 1
open
second,
your video. Rayavarapu. Yeah.
Yes.
National Health Missions.
Yes, sir.
This is very, very important.
National
And
Health
you will
Mission was
definitely get 2 questions in prelims, besides in mains. So you should thoroughly know all the national missions of health. There are about 12 to 14. Please continue.
yes, sir. National Health Mission. This is not the new scheme, sir, but it is also old scheme, which was renamed in the year 2013. The same scheme was already known as National Urban Health Mission in the year 2013, before 2013, and it is known as National Rural Health Mission. And these two combined together, they formed for the rural and urban together known as National Health Mission, sir. The main programmatic component, including the health system strengthening in the, it will help in the strengthening of rural and urban areas, reproductive, maternal, and neonatal child, and adolescents' health and non-communicable diseases and communicable diseases. And NHM envisages an achievement of universal access to equitable, affordable, and quality healthcare services that are accountable and responsible to the people's needs. And we can see, sir, nowadays during the COVID situation, you can see ANMs. Those people are also comes under this National Health Service, National Health Mission only. And the goals, these are the goals of the National Health Mission. They're trying to reduce the mortality rate to maternal mortality rate to 1 out of 1,000 births, and infant mortality rate to 25 out of 1,000, and total fertility rate to 2.1, and prevention of the anemia in the women of age from 15 to 49 years, and prevent and reduce the mortality rate and morbidity from communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases and injuries and emergency diseases, and reduces household out-pocket expenditure on total health expenditure. Like for example, if they're spending something on their healthcare expenditure, it will be come under the total healthcare expenditure from their pocket, and reduce annual incidence and mortality rate from tuberculosis by half. And we can see that tuberculosis is still prevailing in the some of the cold areas. It is easily transmissible from one place to another place. And annual malarial incidence to less than 1 out of 1,000. They're trying to cut it down to 1% in 1,000 people, and less than 1% of microfilaria prevalence in all the districts. And these are the health facilities. These are support they are giving to the state government and national government. Sorry, state government and union territories. And these are health facilities they are providing, as you can see it here, upgrading of existing facilities to the new infrastructure gaps. And health services, these are the health services they are providing for the maternal health, child health, adolescent health, and family planning, and universal immunization program. For example, that the immunizations for this for polio and some of the diseases. And these are the major initial support. These are the some of the, I mean, these are some of the schemes launched by the Prime Minister in the recent times. And Ayushman Bharat and Pradhan Mantri Arogya Yojana, these two are the recent schemes launched within the 6 months of the within the last 6 months. And these are the achievements which they have put forward in the 15 years of implementation of National Health Mission. These are the some of the goals that they have achieved. And the main important is the National Ambulance Service, because nowadays the getting ambulance is very major task. Even if we call them, the response time is very much slow, and they are trying to improve the response time, and they are trying to cut down the rate tariff for the ambulance services also. So, and that's it, sir.
Yeah, right. You collected a lot of information. You have to think about Ayush also. Can you explain what is Ayush?
So they are providing one number to everyone, so that wherever they go, the medical record can
Expansion
be
of Ayush.
checked automatically.
AYUSH.
No,
Any
sir, I
other
don't know.
question?
Sir, can I say?
Yeah, please, Yasuni.
Ayurveda, yoga,
Unani.
Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy.
Yeah,
Sir.
wonderful, wonderful. This is indigenous, all medicines are there. So they have combined it into an indigenous medicine department, and there was a secretary for that. And recent innovation is Arogya Setu. You will be able to know about your body and your ailments through this Arogya Setu. And the eradication of TB, leprosy, polio, malaria, and all these national schemes have been very successful. During the last 50 years, we were able to eradicate malaria. Earlier, malaria was a very big disease. People used to die. Similarly, leprosy was uncontrollable. And polio, young boys at the age of 3 to 4, they get polio, and these polio drops were given at the houses of all the beneficiaries. And the vaccination, particularly the COVID and Covaxin vaccination, is a major threshold in the vaccination scheme. How many vaccinations have been done, Vikram? Any idea?
Sir?
How many vaccinations have been done so far in India?
Sir, more than 2.2 crores, more than?
Huh?
More than 2 crores.
157 crores. So far, the vaccination is 157 crores. You should get in touch with the statistics every week, and you should go. And similarly, AIMS, Government of India has started several AIMS. Earlier, All India Institute of Medical Sciences was there only in Chandigarh and Delhi. But now they have more than 10 to 12 AIMS in the entire country. And even for Andhra Pradesh also, they have sanctioned one AIMS. And another thing, recently, about a week back, Pradhan Mantri Modi, he inaugurated 11 medical colleges in Tamil Nadu. Earlier, it was 9 medical colleges in Uttarakhand. And he said, this is a big leap, and this is a big idea of the entire government of Stalin to conduct several medical colleges, because our ratio of doctors and patients is very less. So this scheme has been started, and most of the medical colleges have been sanctioned, and Prime Minister was very much happy. Only 2 days back, he started it on virtual mode, at Madras. Stalin, Chief Minister, was there, and the Minister for Mansukh Mandavia was also there. Charan, you want to tell something? Charan, you have completed? Railways, you please complete railways. Yeah.
Yes. My topic is Indian Railways. Indian Railways is the biggest government institute of the India, which gives more than 17 lakh people employment. Indian Railways is the biggest railway system of Asia and the second biggest railway system of the world in the India. And first train was run by between Mumbai and Thane. Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General of India at the time the train was running by coal railway engine. The Britishers started the railway system to exploit the resources of India and carry the raw material from different ports of India to the ports for export. The material to England, and when the manufactured goods came to the ports from England, then these goods all over the country within a very short time. During the freedom struggle, the freedom fighters opposed the installation of India railway network in the country because the railway system used by the Britishers for fulfilling and their interests were in exploitations of India, their own interests. After independence, there is a new chapter started in the development of railway. Government of India established its separately Ministry of Railways. The total responsibility of railways is on the Ministry of Railways. The state government have no authority to interfere in railway network. From the time of independence, the developing process of railways is very rapidly moving. Now the old coal engines are almost finished and the diesel electric engines are using, and the government is determined to replace all diesel engines with electric. No pollution and its performance is better than diesel engine. Now there are 11 zones in railways. Now total length of Indian railways is up to 65,000 kilometers long. Almost 50,000 kilometers are electric lines. About 12,000 trains go one place to another every day. Railway is like a lifeline to the people of India. The importance of railway is known by the fact that every year, just before the common budget of Government of India, a separate railway budget is present in the Parliament by the Railway Minister. Railway is regularly working for giving the good facilities of their passengers. Government of India established a separate paramilitary force, RPF, Railway Protection Force. The main working of RPF is to protect the property and passengers of railway. The jawans of RPF are always travelled with express trains and mails. Railway has its different telephone department, which is totally different from.
I think he got
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah. Whether Sneha is ready?
1 second.
Sneha?
Charan?
Charan.
Yes,
there?
sir.
Yeah.
Railway has their separate audit departments which audit all accounts of Indian Railways. The audits of Department of Railways is totally different from CAG, Control and Auditor General of India. Railway provides residents see a residential colony and a dispensary near every railway station. There are almost 7,500 small and big railway stations in India. Railway is also help the Indian people in their trade. Almost 30 to 40% goods are carried by railway in different parts of country. Railways is also play important role during any national calamity and any accidents. Railways provides provides the food, medicines, doctors, and other help in a very short time and very rapidly take the affected people towards the secure places at the time of any natural calamity. We saw that in floods, earthquakes, ocean storms, the railway provide full support to the people as much help as possible. The railway have the facility for all segments of society. For the people of economic weaker segment, there is a general class above it. There is a second class in which people got the sleeping facility by reservation. Above them, there is a first class. It is very costly because the seat of first class is very big and comfortable, and you can close your chamber and free from any disturbance in the compartment. The topmost facility provided by India Railways is in air conditioned compartments. In their compartment, the railway provides sleeping facility with full bed to the passenger. The Shatabdi Express and Rajdhani Express, who are running on the very big routes, which passengers travel in those trains, the railway provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner to the passengers. From the last 5 years, Indian Railways run a separate luxury train, Palace on Wheels, in Rajasthan with the support of Ministry of Tourism, Government of Rajasthan. The train have the facility equal to 5-star hotel. By this train, we can enjoy all places of historical and tourism important of Rajasthan. So the facility is available for the people of every class. Railway is the essential part of the life of every Indian. Thank you.
Thank you. You collected good information, Charan. There are 2 points which you have to note. One is Bombay Thane is the first rail, and it was done during the Dalhousie time. So that question will come always, either in mains or prelims or whatever it is, that you should know. And as on date, there are 19 zones. All the railway board is connected with 19 zones and 70 divisions. If you are selected in this IAS, one selection is there, IRTS, Indian Railway Traffic Service. You will be posted as the assistant divisional manager, and then you will become divisional manager, and then after some time, about 10-15 years, you will become zonal manager, and if your service is there, you can become the chairman of the railway board also. So far, only one Andhra could become chairman of the railway board for the last 70 years, Mr. M.K. Rao. He was the only person who could become the chairman of the railway board, because it goes by seniority, it goes by selection, and so many ingredients are there. Then coming to Visakhapatnam, what is the railway zone we are in Visakhapatnam? Anybody? What is the railway zone? East Coast Railway.
East Railway Zone.
Yeah, this one is the headquarters at Bhubaneswar. The bifurcation, after bifurcation of Telangana and Andhra, there was a demand to create separate Vizag zone, but that has not been implemented by the parliament, and so far it is under consideration. And another thing is, for the last 60-75 years, railway budget is prepared separately, but after 2-3 years, it has been clubbed with our general budget, because they have so many ingredients in it, because they wanted to save the money from the railway budget to the general budget, and they are giving some concessions also. So this is a separate thing. I think now we have 5 minutes to go. Whether Sneha can
We will join again, sir. It's only
please.
2 minutes.
Aditi and Sneha have to present.
Yeah, yes, yes, sir.
So let Sneha
Please
present.
join
and
again.
Yeah, please.